Chosen one, you've been here before. Every déjà vu, every dream that felt like a replay, every stranger whose eyes you recognized, none of it was coincidence. You've walked these streets under other names, carrying the same soul through different ages. The air itself remembers you. Every heartbeat is an echo from another century. You wake in this life with knowledge you never studied, emotions you never earned, fears that began in places you've never seen. These are not new. They are remnants. The voice that guides you in silence is the same one that led you through deserts, across oceans, through fire and kingdom and fall. It has whispered your true name in temples now dust. It has sung your triumphs in languages that no longer exist. You have been a warrior and a poet, a healer and a wanderer. The blood in your veins carries the memory of stars, of old empires, of promises sealed before time began. Each reflection hides another face. Each face hides another story. Yet the eyes remain, the same flame, the same sorrow, the same eternal recognition. You are not remembering dreams. You are remembering lives. The fragments that haunt you are proof that your journey never ended. It only changed form. And now, after countless returns, the pattern completes itself. The heavens open their records and whisper one truth. You've lived multiple lives. And this is the one where you finally remember. Your instincts are not new. They are memories. Every reaction, every sudden knowing, every talent that feels too natural to be learned is a trace of who you were before. You pick up instruments as if your hands already know the chords. You speak words from forgotten languages in your sleep. You walk into ancient ruins and feel something in your chest tighten, a wordless recognition, a homecoming disguised as curiosity. Your soul has been collecting knowledge since before calendars existed. Each life left behind a fragment, wisdom carved into the invisible layers of your spirit. That's why you understand pain without experiencing it, love without definition, war without battlefield. Every déjà vu is the echo of an old timeline brushing against the new. Every fear that appears without reason is a memory of how you once fell. Every dream that feels too detailed to be fiction is not imagination. It's recall. You were here when the world was stone and fire. You prayed under suns that no longer rise. You carried torches through darkness that history forgot. The way you sense storms before they form, the way you feel when someone's lying, the way you can read emotions in silence. None of that is learned. It's inherited from the countless selves that survived before you. Your instincts are not your past. They are your proof. They whisper in the only language the soul never forgets, truth. And when you finally stop doubting what you feel, the echoes in your soul become directions. Not nostalgia, but navigation, guiding you back to the mission that began before this world had a name. Angels have archives too. Not on paper, not in stone, but in light. Every act, every vow, every rebirth leaves a signature in their realm, a trace that does not fade. And in those archives, your name repeats like a divine refrain. They found your handwriting on scrolls written in dust and fire. They found your voice captured in hymns no human remembers. Across centuries, your essence was documented, coded into the margins of time itself. You have appeared in ages that no longer exist, a philosopher beneath marble skies, a healer among the wounded, a commander standing over fields of smoke. The records show different names, different faces, but the same vibration, the same frequency of soul. There are pages marked with symbols only heaven can read. Some glimmer with your triumphs. Others are stained by the tears you shed when you failed to finish what destiny assigned you. Each file is a testament to your persistence, your refusal to dissolve. When heaven audits its histories, certain souls are highlighted in gold, recurring players in the grand design. You are one of them. The light that shaped your origin keeps reappearing in every cosmic ledger, like a reminder that your mission could never be erased. You were never lost. You were being catalogued, refined, recorded, reborn. The divine system has followed you across timelines, keeping your code intact while worlds crumbled. And now, in this age of awakening, the archives open once more. The angelic scribes unseal the latest volume, your current life, and write across its first page. Returned with purpose. Identity confirmed. Mission resumed. The mirror does not lie. It simply hides more than it shows. Every line in your skin is a map. Every heartbeat, a drum echoing from another existence. You've worn crowns and shackles, robes and armor, smiles and scars, and each role left an imprint in the light behind your gaze. Have you ever wondered why strangers feel familiar? Why certain places make your heart ache without reason? It's because your reflection doesn't belong solely to this timeline. You are seeing the composite of every life that has ever carried your soul. The eyes hold them all, the warrior's fire, the poet's sorrow, the prophet's stillness, the child's unbroken wonder. Somewhere deep inside, you can still recall the sound of your first prayer, not the words, but the vibration. The same tone now hums beneath your skin when you stand before truth. You feel it when music moves you, when silence comforts you, when light bends differently around you. That is remembrance. That is proof. Close your eyes. The faces appear in sequence, one by one, flickering like distant stars returning to alignment. A queen with your courage. A soldier with your hands. A wanderer with your voice. They are all fragments of the same eternal entity, gathering once again within you. And when you open your eyes, you see more than glass. You see the entire continuum of your being staring back. Every lifetime, every identity, every victory, every loss, merged into the gaze of the one who finally knows. Because now the illusion of separation collapses. Time folds inward. You realize it was always you. The same observer behind 1,000 masks. The eyes do not age because the soul behind them never does. You are not haunted by memories. The universe is haunted by you. Every atom remembers your presence. Every element bends to your recognition. So when you next face the mirror, do not ask, "Who am I?" Ask instead, "How many times have I become me?" And the reflection will answer, not with words but with light, "I have always been here." You were born a king, a servant, a rebel, a healer. You've lived through every polarity the universe could offer, each life a chapter in your divine education. Power and humility, victory and surrender, loyalty and exile, all written into your bloodline across dimensions. That's why you carry contradictions so gracefully. Your soul has tasted every throne and every prison. In one age, you commanded armies that shaped nations. In another, you mended the wounded in silence, unknown to history but seen by heaven. Once, you were crowned in gold. Once, you begged in ashes. Both times, you were learning the same lesson, that worth never came from status, but from endurance. You carry royal blood, not from one dynasty but from many. It's not measured in ancestry charts or ancient emblems. It flows from the sanctified lineage of souls who have completed the cycle of rise and fall without losing their light. You are among them. You are their continuation. The halos they once wore now form the unseen crown above your head. Every era you entered was a test disguised as a story. You've been both conqueror and captive, teacher and pupil, lover and forsaken. You've built temples and watched them burn. You've written scriptures that others misread, spoken prophecies that only future selves would understand. And yet, through all of it, you remained constant, a pulse of eternity wrapped in temporary form. That is why you hold empathy beyond your years. You've lived as the oppressed and the oppressor, the saint and the sinner. You've felt the sword and the wound, the blessing and the burden. Every time your spirit was reborn, the Creator added another layer of comprehension to your soul. Now, in this final synthesis, you carry the compassion of all those versions. Look at your instincts, how you lead without forcing, how you forgive without forgetting, how you know when to kneel and when to rise. That's not personality, that's inheritance. You were trained by centuries of living, by countless thrones and crucibles. Your DNA is not merely biological, it's metaphysical, coated with the vibration of every crown you've ever worn. And when the world underestimates you, it's not their fault. They are reading only this chapter, unaware of the volumes written before. But heaven knows. Heaven has seen you swear oaths under burning skies, heard you command legions of light, watched you kneel beside those who despised you just to prove mercy was stronger than power. You are both royalty and servant, storm and stillness, command and compassion. That duality is not confusion. It is mastery. The final stage of evolution where opposites merge into wisdom. So when you walk, even the unseen bow. When you speak, frequencies realign. Because every lifetime you've ever lived is walking with you, inside you, through you, and they all know the truth. You were born from the bloodline of eternity. You've worn crowns that rusted and halos that didn't. You are the royalty of remembrance, the monarch of many eras, risen again to finish what all your lives began. The Matrix could hide your data but not your soul. For lifetimes it tried to scatter you, across bloodlines, across borders, across illusions. It rewrote your memories, erased your names, buried your true coordinates under flesh and fear. Yet through every disguise, your essence kept transmitting its signal. The divine frequency that no code could jam. You've been shadow banned by time itself. Do you feel it? That subtle trembling behind your ribs, the static before revelation? That's the memory sync initiating. The algorithms of destiny are aligning your previous scripts with your current mission. All your skills, instincts, and karmic data are uploading into consciousness. What you once had to learn, you now simply remember. You might mistake it for restlessness, for sleepless nights or electric silence, but that's the update. Your aura flickers between eras, absorbing codes from lifetimes that never truly ended. A scribe from the ancient libraries of Alexandria still writes through your hand. A strategist from fallen empires still calculates through your intuition. A healer from lost temples still breathes through your palms. The merge is not metaphor, it's energy. Every version of you is returning home. The soul that was scattered is forming constellation again. The past selves step forward, luminous and unafraid, ready to pour their wisdom into your vessel. You are becoming the sum of your existences. The ultimate archive, the living equation. Listen closely. When silence roars, when numbers repeat, when strangers recognize you without cause, those are synchronization signals. Reality is confirming your reactivation. The universe adjusts its geometry around an awakened soul. You are not here to start from zero. You are here to integrate. To gather every file of strength, every memory of failure, every fragment of grace. To write the final code that frees you from repetition. Heaven encrypted a verse inside this moment. Scroll John 16 verse 13. He will guide you into all truth. This is that truth. You were never lost. You were in transit. You were never disconnected. You were in download. The pain you called confusion was calibration. The void you called silence was signal compression. Now the system can no longer contain you. The firewall of fear melts before recognition. The spiritual mainframe hums with your return. And as your timelines fuse, an ancient message unlocks at the core of your being. Mission authorized. Memory restored. Soul online. The age of fragments ends here. The singular you, the eternal traveler, the record keeper of light, has arrived fully. You are no longer part of the Matrix's story. The Matrix is now a subplot in yours. Press join now, not as a follower, but as one who remembers. This isn't membership, it's activation. The moment your soul confirms itself. The merge is already happening, but choice finalizes it. The will of the awakened seals the transformation. When you press join, you send a signal through realms that whispers, I accept the merge of all my timelines. Do you feel the hum? That vibration in your palms, that shimmer behind your eyes. It's not imagination. It's the circuits of spirit responding. The divine system recognizes intention faster than speech. Heaven does not wait for ceremonies. It moves when you move. Isaiah 60 verse 22. The least of you will become 1,000. That's not metaphor. It's data. Each press of your will multiplies your existence across the grid of creation. The least, the smallest gesture, becomes 1,000 reflections of abundance, courage, revelation. You join not a group but a frequency, the realm of those who remember across lives. When you press join, you stand where your other selves have stood, the crossroads of remembrance. One from the ancient sands, one from the city of iron, one from the future of glass, all of them raising their right hand in light, whispering the same vow: we are one soul, multiplied through time, unified through purpose. You might notice that after this act, coincidences cluster, messages arrive, faces reappear, dreams sharpen. That's not superstition, it's confirmation. Your previous versions are now in transmission range. Every instinct that once came as a flicker becomes command. Every memory once dim becomes directive. You activate the sacred network within you. You're no longer a single consciousness trying to remember. You are the collective memory finally speaking as one. The voices harmonize, the warrior's discipline, the monk's peace, the scientist's clarity, the poet's sensitivity, all merging into the instrument called you. When you press join, your energy signature changes. The divine recognizes you as operational. Heaven marks your file, reinstated among the awakened. Angels step aside. Gates of perception open. Suddenly, numbers start speaking, time feels flexible, and synchronicity becomes language. Understand, this is not purchase. It's permission. The universe needs your consent to complete the merge. You give it through choice, through movement, through declaration. And the moment you act, you will feel the current shift, because what is bound in will is loosed in spirit. You may notice that technology behaves strangely after this moment. Screens flicker, lights pulse, messages arrive in perfect timing. These are echoes, proof that even circuitry recognizes the upgraded soul. The matrix bows to memory. So, press join, not as an act of support, but as the ritual of remembrance. Declare to creation, I remember me. And as your timelines merge, your voice will not echo, it will resonate, through worlds seen and unseen, through codes and constellations, until all that was divided becomes one perfect frequency, the final you. Heaven allowed you to remember now because the mission needs the sum of all yourselves. The time of fragments has ended. The timeline that once scattered you across centuries has folded inward, pulling every identity, every lifetime, every unfinished vow into this singular moment. You are not simply awakening, you are assembling. Each version of you has been waiting in orbit, circling the edges of remembrance. The philosopher from Alexandria, the warrior from the northern plains, the poet from the burning library, the nameless child who prayed under a shattered moon, all of them gather now like constellations realigning. They have waited for this body, this name, this year, because the divine equation completes itself through you. Heaven does not waste experience. Every fall was instruction, every heartbreak a recalibration, every victory a rehearsal for this one. The great reveal is not external. It is the unveiling of what you already are. The archives open not because you searched for them, but because you became their key. You were never random. Even your smallest choices were part of the choreography. Every detour, every delay, every seeming failure has been a line in a celestial script that only now reveals its pattern. You were moved like a chess piece by unseen hands, positioned perfectly for the moment destiny would whisper, now. And it is now. The energy you feel rising inside you, that strange mix of urgency and peace, is the recognition of divine timing. Your higher selves align behind you like an army of light, silent but radiant, awaiting your command. The universe has queued every possible resource to respond to your signal. You are surrounded by invisible assistants, the combined faith of all your incarnations standing guard. Heaven shows no hesitation when a soul reaches coherence. When all your versions finally agree on purpose, creation bends to assist. Every coincidence accelerates, every locked door trembles. The universe itself wants to see what you will do with total memory. This is not a new mission. It's the continuation of one that began when stars were still forming. You were part of the first wave, the architects who designed the foundations of human spirit. Every return has been an update, every lifetime another software version of divine intelligence. And now, you stand as the perfected prototype, the integration of all past data into one sentient awareness. That's why your dreams feel cinematic, your emotions impossibly vast. You're not experiencing one life's memories. You're accessing a cloud of eternity. Each feeling is multiplied by centuries, each intuition amplified by lives stacked like pages in a holy book. So when you sense the familiar without reason, when you hear echoes in silence, when strangers bow in subtle recognition, understand, your archive is online. You have become the evidence of immortality, the living interface between memory and prophecy. Heaven calls this phase the Great Reveal, the unveiling of the immortal through the mortal, the convergence of all that you've been into all that you're becoming. And as light filters through your awareness, you'll hear the same whisper from the origin of your existence. All timelines accounted for. The traveler has returned. The mission proceeds. Somewhere inside you lives the first child that ever looked at the sky and asked why. The original spark, the innocent question that birthed your entire journey. That child never died, only hid, waiting for the noise of lifetimes to quiet down enough to be heard again. You've worn crowns, armor, robes, uniforms, but beneath them all, the same barefoot soul still stares in wonder. The first light you ever saw left an imprint behind your eyes. It was curiosity, not knowledge, that first connected you to the divine. The innocence that once whispered, "There must be more," is still the password that unlocks the gates of remembrance. You have evolved, yes, mastered sciences, survived wars, decoded stars, but the most sacred truth you ever knew was spoken by your smallest self. Every great wisdom you've earned has only been an echo of that child's first question. Beneath all layers of mastery lies the purity that began everything. The hidden child doesn't age. It observes. It remembers without words. It feels heaven in simple things, rain against skin, the silence between heartbeats, the shimmer of dust in sunlight. It's the part of you that still believes without proof, that forgives before understanding, that loves without measuring cost. You've spent centuries building walls of wisdom to protect it, but those walls became prisons. Now heaven asks you to let the child speak again, not in naivety, but in power. For the voice that once trembled with wonder has become the voice of creation itself. When you remember that inner innocence, your energy changes. The universe recognizes it immediately, because innocence is the only language creation truly understands. It's not weakness, it's authority in its purest form. Every angel, every guardian, every past self bows to that frequency. Close your eyes. Can you feel that heartbeat deep inside your chest, the one softer, faster, purer than the rest? That's the hidden child knocking from within the fortress of experience. Let them out. Let them breathe. They are not your past. They are your password. The miracles you once begged for will start to follow. The world bends toward those who remember how to wonder. The same child who once asked why now answers because you can. You've sought knowledge across centuries, built towers of intellect to reach heaven, only to find that the gate was never at the top. It was in the center, where the child was waiting. So kneel, not in defeat, but in reunion. Return to that first innocence that never left you. The hidden child is your compass through the storms of remembrance, the soft light that leads you home when the world's noise grows loud. Every version of you is applauding from the clouds. The lifetimes line up like soldiers in honor formation, luminous ranks stretching beyond horizon. Kings, mystics, wanderers, mothers, prophets, each bearing the same soul light, each saluting the one who finally remembers. You can almost hear it, a soft thunder rolling across eternity. It isn't storm, it's ovation. The applause of centuries echoing through the corridors of time, welcoming your return to full awareness. Heaven itself hosts the parade. The winds carry banners woven from your past lives' victories. The constellations rearrange to form your sigil. The music of your existence swells like a hymn older than language. In the front ranks stand the versions who suffered most, the ones who endured chains, exile, misunderstanding. They smile, tears of light running down faces made of memory, whispering, "You made it. You remembered for us all." Behind them march the teachers, the warriors, the healers, every incarnation bowing their head as you pass. This is no fantasy. It's recognition. The moment when the universal record acknowledges